I used to think silence was safe. That if I kept my head down, paid rent on time, and stayed out of people's lives, nothing could hurt me again.
That was before her.
Every morning, I'd step out of my room, pass through the narrow hallway of our shared apartment, and leave without a word. My roommate barely noticed.
But someone else did.
That morning felt different. I opened the door, adjusting my jacket, already thinking about work, when I saw her. She was leaning against the wall, arms folded, wearing a soft off-shoulder sweater that slipped just enough to reveal her collarbone.
Not flashy.
Just effortlessly striking. Her eyes locked onto mine. "You walk right past me every day," she said. Her voice wasn't angry.
It was calm. Curious.
Like she'd been waiting.
I froze.
"I didn't think you noticed me," I replied. She smiled faintly.
Oh, I noticed.
For the first time, I really looked at her. My roommate's older sister.
Scarlett.
And something about her gaze made me feel like she could see right through every wall I had built. That was the moment everything started changing. I tried to brush it off. But her words followed me all day. "You walk right past me every day." Why did that bother me so much?
Maybe because she was right.
That evening, when I came home, I expected the usual quiet. Instead, she was sitting on the couch, flipping through a book. She looked up immediately. "You always come back at the same time too," she said.
I sighed.
"You studying me now?"
Maybe, she smirked.
I hesitated, then sat across from her.
"You don't talk much," she added.
"Not much to say." She tilted her head, studying me in a way that felt deeper than normal conversation. People who say that usually have the most to say. That hit harder than I expected. For a second, I almost told her everything.
About the past. About the mistakes.
About the daughter sleeping in my room who depended on me.
But I didn't.
Instead, I just said, "I prefer quiet." She leaned back, her off-shoulder dress catching the soft light. "Quiet isn't always peace," she said softly. That line stayed with me.
Because deep down, I knew she was right.
It happened 3 days later. I had just put my daughter to sleep when I heard a soft knock. I opened the door, and there she was.
"Scarlett."
"I didn't know you had a child," she said gently.
My chest tightened.
"You weren't supposed to." She looked past me, her expression softening as she saw my daughter sleeping peacefully. "She's beautiful."
I didn't respond.
Not because I didn't want to, but because I didn't know how. "You've been carrying this alone, haven't you?" she asked.
I nodded.
There was no point lying. Instead of asking more questions, she simply stepped inside and sat quietly near the bed.
No judgment. No pity. Just presence.
That was new to me. "You don't have to do everything alone," she said. I let out a quiet breath. "I've gotten used to it." She shook her head slightly. "Getting used to something doesn't make it right." For the first time in a long time, I didn't feel completely alone. And that scared me almost as much as it comforted me.
That night we talked. Really talked. Not surface level.
Not polite conversation.
Real.
She told me about her life, how she built everything from nothing. How people only saw the success, not the loneliness behind it. I told her about my failures. About how I lost everything. About how becoming a father was the only thing that saved me. She listened without interrupting. "That's why you keep your distance," she said.
I nodded.
"It's easier that way." She leaned forward slightly.
"No," she said softly.
"It's just safer."
There was a difference.
And somehow, she understood it perfectly. For the first time, silence between us didn't feel empty.
It felt full.
Like something unspoken was slowly growing. And neither of us wanted to rush it. Days turned into weeks. And somehow, she became part of our routine. She'd bring small things for my daughter.
Sit with her.
Laugh with her. I watched from a distance at first.
Then slowly,
I stopped holding back. One evening, my daughter ran into her arms like it was the most natural thing in the world. Scarlett looked at me surprised, then smiled.
"She trusts me," she said. I nodded.
"So do I replied. That was the first time I admitted it out loud. And it changed everything. One night, she finally told me the truth. She wasn't just visiting.
She was staying.
"I bought this place," she said casually. I stared at her.
"You what?"
She smiled slightly. "I wanted a fresh start." That's when I realized. She wasn't just strong.
She was powerful. A CEO.
Someone who had everything.
Yet somehow, chose to be here. With us. I asked.
With you, she corrected softly. Then came the moment that changed everything. A knock at the door. I opened it, and froze.
It was her.
But not the same Scarlett.
This one looked distant. Controlled. Powerful.
Aren't you going to invite me in? She said. Something felt different. Cold. He stepped inside slowly. It's time to repay what you owe me, she said.
My heart dropped.
Owe you what? She looked at my daughter. Then back at me. You owe me trust. Silence filled the room. I gave you everything, she continued. And you're still afraid to let me in completely.
She wasn't wrong. And that hurt. I took a deep breath. And for the first time,
I let my guard down completely.
No more distance, I said.
Her expression softened instantly.
Good, she whispered.
Because this wasn't about debt. It was about healing.
And maybe, something more.